Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? Kenny B here from Cities and Suburbs. Another quick video for you. Thank you to my friend over at Torn Sage, Johnny E and Johnny Be Good. Alright, Torn Sage, check them out on YouTube, and great music. And anyway, just wanted to check in. It is the 19th of May. Welcome aboard. Couple of things I'm hoping to link together for you tonight. Not sure how much people are looking into this or paying attention to this. We're getting to the nice weather, so there's going to be a lot of distractions, from the federal level right now to your local level. So, but this is at your local level. So I was reading or saw on the news, and maybe a lot of you guys did too, about the Polar Park, and is it paying for itself? And Robert Bowman, professor of economics at Holy Cross, said it is not. 5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, when the economic report was filed to the city, and actually measuring Polar Park coming into Worcester and using other cities of its size and models, and yes, is it going to be beneficial, and and will it pay for itself? And Robert Bowman was on the news last week, and he also said that we have to be honest. The ballpark cost a lot of money, which was $160 million, which it's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money if you're making $160 million, because you want to make another $160 million if you're a ball player. But it's a lot to pass that cost on to the residents of Worcester, and that is happening. And he basically said that the stadium, Polar Park, is owned by the city and it's leased by the baseball team, and it gets them off of a lot of expenditures. But Bowman says that that the ballpark attracted development to the area and investor attention to the city, but we are lured by the economic spin-off of Polar Park. So he feels that the city is going to, and you can go on Mass Live and link this up. I can, if they let me, I'll copy the link. But it was basically this Robert Bowman is, and now the city's pushing back, saying, well, that didn't take into account the pandemic. Oh, the pandemic, yes, it cost a lot of setbacks and money and additional monies, but any construction project is going to always have a cost overrun, all right? And, so there's some things going back and forth. And what are you guys thinking? Look at this. Overwhelmingly, that sports stadiums, this is Robert Bowman, said research has shown overwhelmingly that sports stadiums do not generate substantial economic benefits to the communities where they are built, but that cities continue to be lured by the promise of higher property values, tax revenue, along with new tourism dollars. Now there's this whole Main Street. If you guys were alive when the mall, or around when the Worcester Galleria was built, we had a promise of this new thing that's going to thrive downtown, but it sucked the life off of Main Street. And they're saying, well, people who go to the Red Sox now are bypassing a lot of the restaurants because a lot of the restaurants are in Polar Park. That kind of makes me nervous. So Bowman, he's got a point. He's got a point. We own Polar Park. Okay, we're not looking at someone to manage this. And we signed a 35-year lease with the Latino group and such. So do you guys think that, first of all, there's a couple of schools? I mean, what was there before Polar Park? Gross. Okay, now we've got investors pouring in, investing money. But I did want to touch upon, it's going to generate substantial economic benefits and lured in by the promise of higher property values and tax revenue. That did happen. Okay, people are being priced out in Worcester. Okay, and so it's rehabbing an area is a drawing activity away. When you go into your park, you just go to the ball game and you come home. I don't think they do that at Fenway, right? I mean, if you're going to create a community around the ballpark, then and growth is tough. So what do you guys think? I mean, did the city of Worcester do the right thing, bringing the Worcester Red Sox in? I do. I believe it's a community identity thing, and over time, Worcester needs to rebrand itself from an old, gritty, patched together by different villages, mill town. Or are we really going to be the second largest city of Massachusetts right now of 206,000 people? Okay. Which, that being said, we do have a housing problem. And the one gentleman that was very influential and to bring the Worcester Red Sox here from Pawtucket was former city manager Ed Augustus, who had just been appointed by the Haley administration as the first housing secretary. And so what they're going to do is separate the couple of offices. So the executive office of Economic Development were responsible for all the housing in Massachusetts, and the appointing of Ed Augustus, which is, when you know people. Congratulations, Ed. You've helped a lot of people in the city personally that I know, so thank you. But all of a sudden, it's this new office. City manager Ed Augustus left Polar Park, and this city pretty much, on a paying basis. But a lot of people are chagrined because he's going to be the first housing secretary, which a lot of people in Worcester that are not crazy about the ballpark, invited all these investors in Worcester, which drove up property values and made a lot of people homeless and had to move out of Worcester to Webster. And so there's some, there's something going on there. So, but there's 200,000 units of housing in Massachusetts that the Healy administration said that we are short of. There's a gap. Now, in Worcester, who are those entities for? And Worcester residents going to be continued to be pushed out, and not just being pushed out, but who are the people that are moving in? Anyway, comment below. I'm going to leave a survey. You guys like Polar Park or not? What do you guys think? All right, leave your comments below. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Signing out. Cities and suburbs. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. See you on the other side.